everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, today's project we'll be working on a graduation cap. I'll show you guys how easy it is to recreate any graduation cap that you want on Cricut Design Space. I'll have the free rose template for you guys, as well as the butterfly template for you guys, and my Facebook page if you need it. And if you guys are ready to see how I made this, please keep watching and let's get started. Okay, so here I am on Cricut Design Space and I have opened up a new project. The first thing is I'm going to enter the size of my cap, which is a square that is going to be 9.25 by 9.25. The middle is going to be a circle that is going to measure 1 inch. And we're just going to put that right in the center. Now we're going to select everything and slice it out. And now we don't need those circles anymore. So we have our graduation cap. And from here, I like to rotate my design 45 degrees. Just because when you put on the graduation cap, this is how everybody is seeing your cap. So this is actually the right side up. And so once you're here, anything that you put on the graduation cap is going to fit as long as it's within these squares. And so it's just about designing. And I want to start off by just adding some butterflies. So over in uploads, I already have it saved right here. Here I'm on my Facebook page. And if you needed the butterfly, all you have to do is go into photos. Here in the photos, I have uploaded the butterfly I'm using, as well as this other butterfly right here. And also this is the rose template that I'll be using as well. And I do have other things such as other flowers, the leaves, and other stuff that could be helpful to you guys. So just check it out. I always have my Facebook linked in the description of my videos. And so from here on Facebook, all you have to do is just save the image that you want to use. Once it's saved, we just go into upload images, browse. Here is the image, and then we just have to clean it up. I like to increase the tolerance when I'm working with black and white just to get better solid lines. But you can see here, as long as I push on the white spaces, it just deletes those areas, and that's what we want. And so here we are, the image is nice and clean. Now we can apply, continue, and save as a cut image. And you can see that is exactly how I have my other butterflies saved into Cricut Design Space. So I'm just going to add to my canvas. And here my butterfly is measuring about 6.5 inches, but this is way too big. So we can just size it up, and this is the size of our cap. So this is exactly the size that how it's going to look. And so I think I'm going to make them about 3 inches. So they measure 3 by 2. And I needed 4 butterflies, so I'm just going to put them right here. And I am going to be cutting these out with my gold foil from Michaels. So I'm just going to make them yellow. So the cap is going to be white, but she did want to have some pink outline around it here. So I am going to do that with vinyl. I feel like that's going to be the easiest thing to do. So I'm just going to duplicate my slice result here. And again, we're just going to align in the center. Before slicing it, I do want to save another slice result, and I'm just going to hide that for now. And so now I'm just going to slice. And I basically just want that outline right here. So just going to delete everything that I don't need and just keep the slice. And we can bring back the cap. So something like this. We just wanted to add like a little outline to the outside of it. So I'm just going to enter some text here. So after playing around with the fonts a little bit, we decided that the font for the top writing was going to be in Lucida handwriting. And this cursive font right here I got from thefont.com, and it's called The Beautiful Secret. And you know how Spanish has some little acentos, accents on the top of the letters? I don't know how to add them like when you're typing. So what I do is just enter another text box and just like put a little dot and then just use those and move them around. So I can show you guys here. So I'm just gonna enter a text and put a colon or something that looks like it, right? And then from there, I just made it a little bit smaller, and then I flipped it around so it can be this way. And then this is what I just did, just put them right on top. Once you do that, all you have to do is select everything and hit attach. That way this will cut all together. So this is coming along very well. The last step is just adding some flowers right here. And these roses I just happen to have uploaded in my design space. So all I did was add to my canvas and then just change the colors. And you don't need to do this part. You can just add circles. It's just basically to see how my design is coming along. It's just kind of like a visual reference. So yeah, if you don't have the flowers, don't worry about it. It's just for reference. You can use circles just to see how everything is going to look. Okay, so now that I'm happy with my design, I can get rid of these flowers. And so these yellow butterflies I'll be cutting out with my gold foil cardstock. The lettering right here will be in black vinyl. This pink section will also be in vinyl. And this white piece, we're actually going to need two pieces of it. One is going to be in vinyl with these right here. And then the other one I'm going to cut with cardstock. So for this section, I'm going to go over and make it. Here, I'm going to cut this one with cardstock, vinyl, vinyl, gold foil cardstock, and vinyl. And so just make sure that you change the settings based on what it is that you're cutting.
And since this whole middle part I'm not going to use, I don't want to just waste the vinyl, so I'm just going to cut it out. And so I'm just going to save this piece for something else. And this is the foil cardstock I use. I get it from Michael's. This is in silver, but I always use the gold kind of.
For the roses, so we don't get confused with all this, I'm just going to go into a new page. And here I'm just going to set up my pages. So I'm going to start up by uploading the template. And like I showed you guys, this is also in my Facebook photos. So all you have to do is upload it to Cricut Design Space and then you would just have it like this. And so here I have my flower, and this is measuring about 5.89, about 5'9". Here is a square, but I'm going to make it the size of my pages. My pages are 8.5 by 11, regular page size. And I like to like pre-make my pages just so I can make sure that my flowers are nice and big and not wasting any paper. And now that they measure 5.5 by 5.8, they fit a lot better here. And like you guys saw, you can also like rotate and move them around. So once you're happy with how your page looks, all you have to do is get rid of that page. We don't need it anymore. It's just for reference. So now you can just attach. And then depending how many flowers you need, you just change your page color and then you cut as many flowers as you need. And I'm just going to use cardstock from Michael's, and it's 65 pounds, so that's what setting I'm going to be using. And now we can just cut our flowers.
And so here I have my cardstock, and I'm going to be using red, green, and white.
And if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that my favorite tool to use with my roses is just a power drill. And I already rigged it up so it takes in my flowers, so this is just a bobby pin right here. And then just pressing very lightly. And once you have it rolled up, all you have to do is like let it relax, and then this part down here is what we're going to glue down. Depending how tightly you roll your roses, there'll be different sizes. So this one's very loose. You can see here it moves around a lot. And this one is very tight. Doesn't really move at all. But that's because I wanted them to be different sizes, even though I did cut them the same size on like these templates. And so I'm just going to finish making the rest of my roses, and then I'll be right back. Here I have cut out my cardstock, and it doesn't really matter what color it is. This is going to go on the bottom. But I usually like to do it black just because the caps are usually black. So I feel like it just match. I don't know. This is basically going to just go on top to cover the black. Give it some thickness and make it kind of just, you know, look pretty. And so to get this really even, what I like to do is just cut a corner here. And so that corner, the sticky side is exposed. Then I just line the other corners up really, really well. And so it's stuck. And then you just peel here. And just grab a squeegee to make sure you don't have any air bubbles, but you can just begin pushing just like this. And the clear is just gonna keep just kind of coming off on its own as you push. And you don't have to do this step. You can always just cut out your cardstock in white. But I just like putting vinyl over it because I feel like it gives more sturdiness to your cap. And I don't want it to rip that easy, so I feel like the vinyl gives it some more protection. And now same with this piece, we're just going to put it right on top. Okay, so now we kind of just got to decide which part is the top. It doesn't really matter, they're all the same at this point. And I'm just going to put on my letters real quick. They just go like this. And I am going to add glitter to just around on the pink area. And so I have some Mod Podge here, and I'm just going to be taking a brush. And this glitter, I've had it for a long time. It's from Michaels. Okay, so this has been drying for about an hour now, and you can do a second layer if you want, but I think this looks really good already. I don't want a second layer. So I'm just going to be sealing in the glitter because I want it to be, you know, toss proof. So when you throw up your cap in the air, I don't want all the glitter to like go everywhere. So again, just with the same Mod Podge, I'm just going to go over it one more time to seal in the glitter. Okay, and now that I have my second layer of glue that's going to seal in my glitter, I'm just going to let that dry. Once our glue has dried, all we have to do is just glue down our roses right there, and this is how they're going to go. And I'm just going to be taking some hot glue and just gluing them down. Here we have our butterflies, and they're going to go on just the same way with some hot glue. And a good way to bend them is by just taking 2 spatulas or 2 like flat pieces, could be like 2 cards or something, and then just bend it to where the wing would be. And so you get this effect, and just like flatten out the wing a little bit to make it look a little bit better. But there we have our little butterfly. And you probably have to do this before adding all this stuff on the top. I completely forgot. But this is fabric tape. It's called Peel and Stick Fabric Fuse. This is basically just double-sided fabric tape. So I like to stick it, you know, behind so it can hold on to the cap. And so just be very gentle not to crush your butterflies or your flowers. And then I'm just going to put it like in every corner, just like that. And so when it comes time, you just have to peel off these back layers, and you can see it's sticky, and that should fuse to fabric. And so now we are done with our graduation cap cover. And so if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And please also head over to my Instagram and my TikTok for a lot more pictures and videos of my work. And thank you so much for watching.